but that pales into comparison with the increase that we saw for detached homes in the 905 with a 19% increase. Today's video, as always, I'm going to run down through the TREB report, the resale report, and what you need to know. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. Back with another video, more specifically another edition of the monthly series I do whenever the TREB report for the preceding month comes out on the resale real estate market, the Toronto real estate market, the GTA real estate market. All in all, I do a breakdown and analysis of a few figures, a few numbers, a few trends that I think are important to know. As always, if you have any further questions, something I didn't cover because I don't have an hour to do everything, please feel free to get in touch, ask me the question. As well, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review if you want. It would be much appreciated. If not, feel free to not do any of those things. Let's get to the report. So first and foremost, I'm going to start with the condo trend that I've been chronicling on this channel through this series and other videos. Finally, we see a negative percentage in the 416, meaning the municipality of Toronto, for average sale price of condo. Here we see in the 416, the average price is down 3% and the number of transactions is down 2%, wherein all the other property types are up. Now, if you watch the preceding editions of this series, I mentioned, even though it wasn't in the negatives, the percentage points both for sales and transactions, I kept mentioning it's trending that way because everything was going up at a certain pace while condominiums were only going up at a much slower and molasses-like pace. I'm not the only one who saw this coming. A lot of real estate agents, especially, the ones I trust and the ones on YouTube, have been talking about this as well. So now we see a negative percentage point, down 2% in the number of transactions in the 416 for the month of November, and down 3% in terms of price, coming in at an average price of $640,000. Now, keep in mind, this is year to year, so it's down compared to November of 2019 because we were looking at the numbers for November 2020. Now, year to year, it's down, but believe it or not, month to month, it's down as well. The average price for condominiums across all types, right? Not townhomes, but all types of condominium apartments. So meaning 2-bedroom, 3 bedrooms, plus ones, no plus ones, all that. Across all, the average price last month, not November, but the preceding month, October, was $668,000 in the city of Toronto. Not GTA, the city, the municipality of Toronto. Whereas, as we just discussed, this month, November, is at $640,000. Now, in December, it's going to get even lower. Obviously, we're only, at the time of recording of this video, we're only about 3 to 4 days into December. But once in January, I'm going to do this report for December, see that I think with 90% certainty, I'll be right. It's going to even dip below 640. Now let's go from the average price of condominiums to just average price across all property types, that big general figure across all areas. The average price was $955,000, as you can see on the screen, which represented a 13.3% year-over-year increase, but actually a drop from month to month. In October, this figure was around $965,000 if memory serves me correct. Recently, I made a video discussing how in 2021 we will see that this figure for one of the months in 2021, if not 2 or more months, will hit $1 million price point, which would be a huge milestone in the history of Toronto real estate. Now let's shift towards the average price across detached properties, not linked, but fully detached properties in both York Region and the municipality of Toronto, the 416. In the city of Toronto, the 416, the average price for a detached home was $1.477 million, which, as you can see, represented a 8% increase year over year. But that pales into comparison with the increase that we saw for detached homes in the 905 with a 19% increase to $1.2 million as the average price. Once again, my breakdown analysis of this is a common theme that has been coming up here, is the mass migration in conjunction with the lowest rates in terms of buyers who are qualified, causing people to sprawl out from the 416, go to further out areas in the east, the west, the north, and as a result we see detached home prices and semi-detached and even some townhomes increase in price. That's why you do see condominiums dip in the central locations of the city into the negative percentage points because a lot of those sellers were either looking to get rid of them as soon as possible, and as a result are not getting the best price because they are on the market with a bunch of other people. So as a result, there's a lot of inventory, but they sell it nonetheless. Buyers are, and I see this firsthand, by the way, because I work with many buyers, and I know a lot of content on this channel is focused on condos, but I work with buyers of detached, semi-detached, freehold properties as well. And you know, in the previous 2 months, I've worked with 3 individuals, and for 2 of them, we had to get into bidding wars. And when there's omnipresent bidding wars on properties anywhere from Whitby to Richmond Hill to Mississauga, you know for sure that the demand greatly exceeds supply, and as a result, the prices will go up substantially. Take a look at this figure. Total new listings, year over year, up 33%. Now, a portion of this, I'm willing to bet, it has to be condominiums. Obviously, it is, because this is across all property types. But the reason it's so up is because people are selling their condos, at a rampant pace. And as I've said many times, everyone's trying to sell at the same time. And when everyone's trying to sell at the same time, especially when there is not enough demand to match that commodity, this is dip. But here we see 33%. We say a portion of this is also freehold properties where the sellers are putting it on the market for opposite reasons. They see, oh, we have a lot of attraction, there's a lot of demand. So in both cases, you have a portion of this 33%, a rampant listing of properties for condos because people want to get rid of them because they don't want to see a negative cash flow, or they want to move out the city. They no longer want to live in a condominium. And the other portion of this is for the opposite reason. Sellers seeing the commodity is very much so in demand and choosing to liquidate it. Look at property days on the market down 20%. And stay tuned for more videos where I break down this report in more details in terms of certain areas and regions in specificity, the 5 lowest priced areas for condominiums, detached homes, so on and so forth. So anyways, that's Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and RE/MAX Realtron Realty Inc. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. And yeah, please subscribe, comment, rate, and review if you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Thank you very much.